Okay, now I'm going to cover the content strat for someone who has less than 500 followers or to someone who applies as an unknown or applies themselves to the unknown pillar. So I know Wiz is going to cover this in the next video too, but he's going to go much more in depth. So I wanted to do a one-off video that just shows you the content strat for this pillar. Okay, so this is what an ideal content strat would look like. It doesn't have to be completely ideal to this one or a complete replica of this one. This is just something that you can sort of mimic or copy or take inspiration from, but this is around what you want to aim for. So on Monday, actually we won't do Monday, Tuesday yet. We'll go through what each piece of content is. So you can see value tweets. So we've got a value tweet on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Now, value tweets, we've already covered what value tweets are. They're content that, the short side of the content that can be technical, they can be how-tos, they can be a story, they can be whatever. They're going to be your general pieces of content that gives away some information, shows who you are, etc., etc. There's only one a day. Now, we aim for one a day. I know volume is a big name in the game right now, but we only aim for one a day when we just start, because you don't want to be tweeting at a brick wall. I'm all for volume and saying you should tweet as many times as you want, but not when you just started, because that's just going to waste all your content. If you've got hundreds of good ideas and you schedule them all and you tweet in like 50 times a day as a beginner, nobody's going to see it because you don't have any followers. So we're going to do one a day because the main aim obviously is engagement. So as you engage, you can increase the content. As long as you're showing some sort of content creation, we can use the other stuff as well, like on the Monday and the Tuesday, etc. But as long as you're showing some sort of value tweet every single day, we can increase that as time goes on. Okay, authority. So we'll start with Monday now and then we'll go through. So Monday, authority long form post for the week. Now we've been over authority posts. They are posts that prove that you know what you're doing. They prove your expertise. So we're going to do, and that can be, it doesn't have to be client results or anything like that. It can just be authority in terms of what you've done personally. It doesn't have to be clients. If you've got clients, that's perfect. If you don't, completely fine too. You can just talk about yourself or talk about your own knowledge. So it's going to be a long form post with an image too to maximize that engagement. Daily engagement, that's on every single day two, not day two, as in it's on every single day, because we need to be engaged, and that's going to be the main metric of your account's growth when you start, if you're less than 500 or if you're on the unknown pillar. So you need to be engaging every single day. And then we've got a long form video breakdown with Loom. So long form video breakdown, we've already gone through video breakdowns, but you're going to do a video breakdown on whatever topic you can do. Wiz is going to cover how to come up with all the topics and the content in the next video. We're going to do a long form video breakdown and you can just record it with Loom. Okay, Tuesday, we do our value tweet. Then we do a broad question just to get engagement. Now, these necessarily won't get much engagement because, again, you're tweeting at a brick wall because you just started. But the hopes is you engage enough, people see the question, be like, okay, I'm going to answer this. And one or two replies to that question can bump up engagement. You'll be surprised how many people reply after just one or two people reply. And then we do a short form video facing the camera. So it's just kind of like a TikTok selfie style post or video where you talk about whatever topic. It's usually going to be the FAQs that Wiz talks about in the next video. And then we do a promo tweet. Now the promo tweet can be for anything. It can be for a newsletter. It can be for a product, a service. It doesn't matter. It can be for anything. Okay, Wednesday we do the value tweets, we do the daily engagement. Then we do a story long form post. So it's going to be exactly like the authority long form post, but it's going to be a story. So this time you're talking not necessarily about proving competence or proving your expertise. You're just going to post a story and you're going to put an image on there too. And then you're going to do the mind map for the week. So the mind map for the week is on Wednesday. We've gone through mind maps. Wiz again talks about that. Thursday, value twist daily engagement. We've got a long form video breakdown, just like the video breakdown, but this time it's longer. So you use Loom. I think we've gone through this on Monday. Yeah, we've gone through this on Monday. So that's going to be the same thing. And then we do share massive resource thread or long form post. So when you share massive resources, one thing happens. People who are confused, everybody loves free resource things like tools and different tips and stuff. So people are going to be like, oh, this is interesting because, again, it applies to everyone. So if you've got the big accounts, they could be missing something. They could see that and be like, oh, that's cool, give it a like, and then that kickstarts and sparks the engagement. So Friday, then we've got a value tweet. Then we've got a video breakdown overviewing your old mind map or thread. So that's going to be on the mind map from Wednesday. Sorry, you're going to overview that, and you're just going to talk it. So we talk about repurposing. That's where you're going to repurpose the mind map from Wednesday, or you can do the thread from Thursday. And obviously your daily engagement. Saturday, value tweet, daily engagement, and then you do it. This is going to be your first technical thread. So it's going to be a how-to thread. It doesn't have to be extremely in-depth. It's just going to be basically just a how-to. Try and include yourself in it, like how I got my first client, or how I started growing on X, something like that. And then Sunday, daily engagement. We don't do a value tweet on Sunday because Sundays are normally dead, especially when you're starting. There's no point. A lot of people take a day off on Sunday to just go and recharge. So you can do daily engagement. You can do a story long form post. That's going to just be a story, and then share a massive resource thread / long form too. So that is going to be the overall content strategy. You don't have to follow this to a T, nor does it really have to be in order. Daily engagement should be done throughout the day. I would recommend doing the value tweets first, obviously, and the promo tweets last. But other than that, you can put in whatever order you want, and make sure you're just engaging throughout the day, not just, oh, I'm going to do a daily engagement session now and done. So that's going to be the content strategy for someone who is less than 500 followers or an unknown pillar. You can follow this exactly, or you can make some changes to it. You can increase the tweets if you want, the value tweets. That's completely up to you. But this is what a content strategy is going to look like.